Hey guys, real quick before we start this what sold on eBay video, I did want to take a minute to plug Girl Scout cookies. So my daughter Molly is in a Girl Scout troop and they're selling cookies. If you don't have a local source for Girl Scout cookies, then there is a link right down below in the description for this video, and it's going to be similar to this one that I put in another video. You click on that link, you can order cookies from her troop right here. And all you have to do, you click on the link, and then it says to click the image below to order. And then you can use this easy interface to pick out the cookies you want. It's got all the flavors and stuff here. People have ordered, like quite a few of you have ordered already. I think we've sold like 90 boxes of cookies, which is awesome. Thank y'all so much. They get there like pretty quick. I think it's been like maybe 5 days to receive your cookies, and the shipping you can see right here is for 1 to 12 boxes of cookies is $9.50, which seems pretty reasonable to me. So if y'all don't have a local source, please consider ordering from Molly's Troop right here. Really appreciate it. Thanks. Hope y'all enjoy the video. Well, hello everyone. It's been a little while since I did one of these what sold on eBay videos. I think about 19 days or maybe a little longer. But in any event, the good thing is that I had quite a few sales to choose from to make this video. So I chose 50 of the sales I thought would be kind of instructive, or a lot of bread and butter items that you may be able to find out there when you're sourcing. So here are 50 items that I've sold on eBay since the last video, and let's go ahead and get into it. So this first item is a Sony Handycam CCD TR91. I believe I picked this up at a Goodwill, almost positive, and I think I paid about $10 for it. And the good thing about buying stuff at the Goodwill around here is that for electronic items, if they don't work, you have 7 days to return it for a store credit. So in this case, this did work, and I actually shot a video. Look at this thumbnail for this video. Wow. And showed it working in the video to increase customer confidence. So yeah, I think I sold it within about a week and got $100 plus shipping on top. All right, so this is the last, I think, of a large lot of guest stuff that I bought for $1 a piece. These shorts sold for $22 plus shipping. They went, just first class shipping in a poly mailer. So made really great money on all this guest stuff that I bought. It was all like late 80s, early 90s vintage guest stuff. This milkshake mixer I picked up at a yard sale, and it took probably a couple of months to sell this thing. I think I paid $5 and I got $25 plus shipping for it. So, and I tested it out. It ran fine, had this nice chrome look to it. A little challenging to photograph this kind of stuff because, as you can see, my umbrellas are there in the reflection. But just make sure you're dressed. Make sure you're clothed for those. Okay, so what I've been doing lately is I've stopped by the Goodwill every single day during the week because I go to the post office, drop my packages off, and the Goodwill is right across the street. So on the way out of the post office, I swing into the Goodwill, and I spend usually about 10 to 15 minutes in Goodwill. And I always swing by the book section. I found this book, Wood Engineering and Construction. I paid $1 for it and sold it within a couple of days for $20 plus shipping. So love selling books, y'all, because they're so quick and easy to list and easy to pack, and they've been selling pretty good. I'm just kind of picky about what I buy, but I find they sell well. And I'm making an extra, I don't know, just off of books, I'm probably making an extra $60 a week profit at least, if not more in some weeks. So this is something I had on hand for quite a while, an Alpine GPS unit, and I did test it out. Let me see if I have images. Oh no, you know what? I think I have a video. Yeah, there's a video right here of me testing the unit out. It worked fine. I paid $30 for this. Just because it was all complete in the box. Alpine's a good brand, and everything was there. It almost looked like it had never been used. It was a little bit older model. They have a newer model out now, but I got $80 plus shipping, so I was very happy with the profit. So, $50 gross profit on this item. Okay, so this is a Walkman I picked up at a yard sale. Who knows how long ago? Paid $1 for it. And I had dreams of actually repairing it, but it just sat. I actually ordered the belt for a couple of bucks, and I still didn't repair it. So I saw it, and I was like, let me get rid of this thing. I sold it for $20 plus shipping. It actually went GSP. You'll find a lot of the collectible Sony stuff does go overseas, so make sure you have GSP or international shipping turned on for those kind of listings. Sold it parts only as is, not working. Okay, so we were talking about books with Tanya Thrifty Treasures on the This Week in Reselling show the other day on Cincinnati Pickers channel. And I said that I'll take sometimes books that aren't worth much by themselves, throw them on a table, and lot them up. So each one of these books is, I don't think any of them are worth more than $5. And I put them all together and made a lot for $19.99 and charged shipping on top of that. And I paid, these are all like softcover books, so I only paid 50 cents a piece for them at the Goodwill, and I made up a lot of 3 calculus books, and then I just said what the names were, and that's it. Took some quick photos and made $18.50 gross profit here. So it worked out well. I didn't know if it was going to sell or not, but it did. And it only took it was less than a week. Here's another Goodwill pickup of now this is a homeschool book, and I put it in the title. Homeschool, Christian homeschool is another good thing to say. And it just looked a little different whenever I was in the Goodwill. It looked like a little different kind of book. So I looked it up real quick and saw it had a pretty good many solds on eBay for pretty good money. And I think this sold within 3 or 4 days. And again, this is a soft cover. I paid 50 cents, got $19.99 plus shipping. Okay, more books. I've been selling a lot of books. It might be more than 60 a week that I'm making off of these books. I need to take a look. But yeah, I love selling Bibles. I find them, and there again, this is a softcover Bible, and this is a little cheaper version. If you notice the cover, if you pick some of these Bibles up, some of these Bibles have faux leather, some of them have bonded leather, some of them actually have leather covers. This is like a faux leather cover. This is not even a bonded leather cover. So this is a cheaper Bible, and I only charged $13.99 plus shipping. I got it for 50 cents at a Goodwill. All right, here's an example of this is like a bonded leather covering. You can actually almost see the difference, I believe. And you can also feel the difference. A little older, not in terrific shape, but it was a desirable Bible apparently. And man, how old was it? Do I put the date? Not sure. Date of publication, but it's a vintage Bible. So I picked this Bible up for 50 cents. And in here, Master Art Edition leather, red letter concordance. Red letter is that, and I learned this from some of you guys in the chat one day. That's when God speaks. It's in red letters, and so they, you want to use that in the title. You also want to use things like what version of the Bible. Like this is the King James Version. There's some other versions like New King James Version. There's all kind of versions. It'll say it on the Bible. Like right here, you'll see King James Versions, which you can put as KJV in your title. People know what that means. So yeah, 50 cents into $40 and sold really quick, like within a couple of days. This is to me, when you're talking about just regular Bibles, not like antique Bibles, this is the one you want to get. The one with the leather cover, high quality, and this size, like about this size. That's the desirable Bible to get. So let me just check and make sure my recording is going well. Okay, yeah, I think we're doing fine. Okay, so I'm going to show a few Nintendo Wiis, and I actually had, I think, golly, five or six in my death pile. So I've been listening to a lot of death pile stuff, and I just took a day and I tested them all out on the TV, and I just kept on switching consoles out, popping a disc in, playing the game real quick just to check it out, and these all checked out fine. So the way I ship these is I put them in a I think it's a 1095 box. It's one of those fold out boxes. Bubble wrap the system first, put it in that box, and slide that into a flat rate, padded flat rate mailer, and it ships for, now it's $7.10. So all these, this one right here, actually, it was the worst one because it didn't have the cover over the ports, as you can see here, and I accidentally charged shipping. So they actually paid the shipping on top of the price. So I got $34 plus shipping on that one. This one is $34.99 free ship. So, and you can see I'm kind of struggling. I need to get like a black background. I have white background all squared away, but I just used a box here. It didn't really matter. With hard goods stuff, man, the photos sometimes aren't that important, especially on like a Wii, pretty much a commodity item. But yeah, I need to get a black background to use for some of these things. So another book. Boy, I'm doing a lot of books. I think this is the last book of a lot of books. I bought a stack at a yard sale, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago for $5 for the whole stack. I think it was probably about 8 books, and I think this is the last one I've got left. The books sold anywhere from $7 all the way up to like $20 a piece, so really good money. This one sold for $14 plus shipping. And this is a reloading manual. You want to look at like reloading manuals, black powder manuals, all kind of, pretty much any firearms book is going to be sellable. So y'all know I sell gloves if you watch this channel much, and this one is a 14-inch, which is a big one, softball glove for a left-hand thrower, so it's worn on the right hand. Paid $1 or $2 for this and sold it for $18 plus shipping. Did it at a padded flat rate, and I found the best way to display one of these gloves for a photo is actually put it on. Lets you kind of stretch it out and show the inside. So you can see I show all that. And typically on these gloves, you'll see, let's see if I can find it. Where is it at? There we go. You'll see something like this, where it'll have like a model number on the inside of the glove. And that's what you'll want to search on eBay to kind of get some comps. Really doing well on gloves, though. I've made quite a bit of money on gloves, like $15, $20, $30 at a time, but it's adding up. So when I sell those Wiis, I sell them console only, and then I will sell controllers by themselves. I just find it's easier, and I think I make more money if I sell everything out with the Wiis in particular. So this is a Wii controller. It's got the Wii Motion built into it. It doesn't require the little thing you plug in the bottom, and then we got a blue nunchuck with it. So yeah, I got $18.99 plus shipping on top for this little set. Here's another Wii, $34.99 free ship. And here is a cool trophy, and I initially tried to get like a couple $100 for it. It's from 1954. And I kept lowering the price. Finally, I had it priced at $60. I took an offer of $40 on this thing. And I mean, I'd had it sitting around for a pretty good while, and I was ready to be done with it. $40 is actually, I thought, a fair offer. I only had $1 into it, so I was happy to get it. I love selling cool looking stuff like this. Check out all the angles on this guy. Almost kind of looks like an Oscar or something like that, but he's got his briefcase. It's a salesman trophy for the Standard Motor Car Company. Okay, let's see. My wife Candace actually found these in a Goodwill. when we stopped in the Goodwill one day while we were out, and she actually saw these new It Tags jeans on the rack. I paid $6 for them, and they sold this Banana Republic, which I found to actually be a pretty good brand. They sold within, I'd say, a week for $30 plus shipping. So that was a nice little profit, even paying $5.99. I think it was $5.99. Even paying $5.99, which is very high for me, still was able to make some really nice profit. So I guess it was like the distressing or whatever was considered desirable. I don't really know. All right, this is a garage sale pickup. I paid $2 for this. This is a Southwest Airlines jacket, parka thing, whatever. And really nice, little cool little emblem here and stuff. I only got $20 plus shipping, but that's still $18 gross profit. Here's another Nintendo Wii, $34.99 free ship. All right, I paid, I think, $3 for this Monopoly game. This was actually brand new. It was still in this, has this clear plastic on it. Can't really tell, but it's never been open or anything like that. Sold this within about 3 or 4 days for $29.99 plus the shipping. Okay, this is a poster I picked up quite a while back. This photo is terrible. I just put it on a black table and I use these coasters to hold down the corners. And then later on, I think I show the corners. Yeah, here we go. I actually show the corners later. And then I use my finger to point to a few spots that, had some like you can see right here, some kind of little hole there or whatever. So anyway, rock posters do well. Dave Matthews Band has a pretty good following. And picked this up for, man, I want to say 25 cents. And finally, I sold it for $30 plus shipping. I had another Dave Matthews Band poster I bought at the same time. I think I sold it for 40 or 50. So have done well on concert posters. So this is another Nintendo Wii. It's actually missing the cover too. So I charge a little less when that happens. $33.99 free ship. And you want to put the model number like I did here, RVL-001. You can find that right here on the bottom. And the RVL-001, as you can see in my title, is GameCube compatible. So you'll notice the 4 little ports up here. Those are for GameCube controllers. The Wii controllers are wireless. You don't need any kind of port for those. But this is where you would plug in your GameCube controllers, and it will accept GameCube disc. Okay, this one, this one's kind of funny. I actually charged a little bit less. You can see $32.99 free ship. It worked fine, and I got this from a thrift store. I actually paid $10 for this one. And you could tell it had that awful tape wrapped around it that they put on their stuff. And I could tell it was going to be a real pain in the butt to take the, to actually get the residue from the tape off of the machine. So rather than go through that, I said, why don't I just charge a couple extra dollars less? And I just put in the listing, there is packing tape stuck to the console, see photos. And I'd rather do that. I'd rather charge a couple of bucks less than go through all the trouble of cleaning that off. And it still sold within a couple of days, so it didn't matter. So, sometimes whenever you're going to spend a bunch of time prepping something, think about just lowering the price, paying yourself not to do it, Okay, here is a Sony Mavica. This is one of those old floppy disk cameras that actually came with 5 floppy disks in the little camera bag here. Sold it pretty quick for $19.99 plus shipping. I think I paid $1 for it. I wouldn't pay more than that for this thing. Really old tech. These things cost $500, $600, $700, $800 back in the day. This is like when cameras, the digital cameras are first coming out. And sold it pretty quick. Don't be afraid to pick them up for $1 or $2 if you see them out there. Okay, so I actually saw Andy the Parrot Head Picker talk about selling these not too long ago. So I had a couple of these attached to a couple of Wii controllers, and I went ahead and took them off and decided to sell them myself. separately. So kind of piece them out, and I got $10.99 plus shipping for these two little. These are the Wii Motion adapters for the controllers that don't have Wii Motion built in. Pulled this out of my death pile. I think I paid up for this. I think I paid. When I say up, I don't really mean up that far. I think I paid like $10 for this thing. There's a neat receipts for the Mac, and I got $35 plus shipping for it. Neat receipts. I make another one that's bigger that I've sold a few times that I think I've sold last time for like $100. So anytime you see this neat receipts by Neat, anytime you see any of these kind of little scanner things, check them out. Pretty good sellers. Lots of demand. Okay, I actually had this in my death pile too somehow. I think I probably paid about $5 for this. This is a HP 13A laser toner thing and got $39.99 plus shipping. This is new sealed product, sold within a couple of days. Picked this bat up at a yard sale quite a while back, and it was in my storage unit. I listed it and I sold it the same day. It's got some LSU Tigers stuff back when they won the national championship in 2009. And Louisville Slugger bat. And the only issue it had some kind of like bite marks from this guy's dog that I bought it from. There, you can see them there too. And I showed some nice close-ups of that. And I put there a few bite marks on the end of the bat. So, I mean, you could sell stuff that has blemishes. Just be upfront. Be honest with what you're selling. Got $30 plus shipping. Should have probably got more. I think I paid about $5 for this camera. People love buying these old cameras. This one's not that pretty, not that fancy. I sold another camera, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. Another one of these little 8mm wind-up cameras. But it was all chromed out and stuff, and I think I got like $80 for it. This one is much more plain Jane, but I had the box, had the manual, and I got $25 plus shipping. Okay, this is a ink cartridge that I got at a thrift store for $2.99. And I sold it like right away, and the box had some really bad damage. So I took this out of the box just so I could check it out and make sure it wasn't damaged, and it wasn't. And made it a little lighter too. Got $21.99 plus shipping on top for this, and sold it within a couple of days. Bought this one at the same time. Also paid the same $2.99 for this. And I got $12.99 plus shipping. I sold it. Sold it was expired January 2016. But I told them it's guaranteed. And what that means is, do I know that it works? Absolutely not. I'm pretty sure it will. But if it doesn't, I'll refund their money. If they tell me it doesn't work, I'll give them their money back. It's only $12.99. And it probably will work. Okay, this is a hat. I paid like $1, somewhere in the range of $1. Florida State. Florida State's got a good following. I've sold quite a few Florida State hats in the past few months. So there's a few schools you'll know sell well, and Florida State is one of them. Got $18 plus shipping for this hat. All right, this is just a BDU top. I found it in my storage unit, death pile stuff. No patches or anything like that. Name tapes sewn on it. Got $10 plus shipping. This was a lucky find from a thrift store. A pair of Doc Martens. I paid $3.99 plus tax for this, and they sold within like 3 days for $50 plus shipping. Shoes are one of the areas I want to branch out into more this year. I want to get more into shoes, but I've already sold. I've got some experience selling boots, and I know Doc Martens are desirable, so I picked these up. These are a little challenging to photograph because they have the patent leather, black patent leather finish on them. But definitely Doc Martens I'm looking out for. Okay, PlayStation 1 I had sitting around in my death pile. Picked this up for like $5 quite a while back. And the reason I hadn't sold it yet is because I didn't have this power supply. So I went and found this power supply. I think I paid like $10 for it, shipped on eBay. It's a little different power supply. It's like a 7.5 volt. You got to get a special one just for this system. This is a PS1 mini. And then I had a few games sitting around here. These two on the left are sealed. And then this Pong game is not sealed, but that's what I used to test the system with. Then I had this demo disc. Threw those in, had controllers. I got $50 plus shipping. Typically PS1s are selling a little cheaper than that, but I made a nice little package out of this, and it sold well. Sold within like 3 or 4 days. Made a nice little bundle out of it. The reason PS1s don't sell that well is because PS2s are backward compatible to play PS1 stuff. So rather than have a PS2 and a PS1, most people would rather just go ahead and get the PS2 so they could play both. All right, this is a Sony little stereo system that I picked up at a Goodwill for, $2.99 or $3.99. Can't remember which. Luckily, on the table at the time, they had power strip. I plugged it in. I was able to test it right there. It was actually a CD in the CD player. Came with the remote. It had speakers with it too. Chose not to buy them because each speaker would have cost the same as this unit. Now, it was a little bit of a chance because this has a little different speaker hookup here. These kind that you plug in, like a modular type plug-in connector thing here. So you want to be sure if you ever do that, like I did. Oh, it also had a flip-down iPod connector, which I do show. Please note this does not come with speakers, and please look at the speaker connectors on the back of the unit. So I want to make sure they knew that they would have to have those special connectors to hook up. But yeah, I got $35 plus shipping on top. All right, so this is definitely a bread and butter item. These Sony Discmans. This took about a month to sell or so. I picked this up for 75 cents at a yard sale, and I sold it for $30 plus shipping. And I just posted. This is one I picked up today. This is I think it's a little older than this model here that I'm showing, but I think it's actually a little more valuable. But yeah, always be looking for these little Sony Discmans. And I tested this one. It worked fine. I picked it up at a Goodwill for $1.99. Worked good. Very low fail rate for me on the Sony Discmans. I find they pretty much all work. You just want to check your battery compartment, make sure it looks clean. And then if that's clean, you're pretty much good to go. Here's another Goodwill thrift store Bible, picked up for 50 cents, sold it for 20. This one's called a study Bible for students, bonded leather. There you go. Kind of a weird color to it. But yeah, that's that same size I was talking about you want to be looking out for. Those are the ones people are buying for their own personal use. Here's a hat. I think I paid 25 cents for this hat. Jägermeister hat. Sold it within a couple of weeks. She's got a little Jägermeister patch on it. And yeah, I got $14.99 plus shipping. Bread and butter. This is some stuff I had in my death pile. These are actually, you could probably tell better from this angle here. This is just a little lens that fits over a light that goes out in the hall in a hospital. And it's like whenever somebody hits like the call thing, this will light up. Although this is just the lens, it's not the light unit itself. I actually sold these before a couple of years ago, and then I had a bunch more boxes of these, and I hadn't listed them yet. So this is a great sale, though. Sold 5 all on the same order, so $50 plus shipping was this actual sale. All right, another Goodwill find. Picked this little iPod Shuffle up for $3.99. And whenever I got it home, I actually noticed, Did I show a picture of it? Okay, yeah. Here is, if you lift out this little top plastic piece that the iPod is sitting on, then you flip it over, you see there's some tape. This is pull to remove tape. It's never been pulled. And looking at the iPod closely, you can also tell it's got like zero wear. So I was sold this iPod as new in open box. And yeah, I mean, I sold it within like 15 minutes. I got $50 plus shipping. So Apple stuff always does really well. It's in high demand. This is more of a long tail item. Took a couple of months to sell. This is a vintage backgammon set, and these are bread and butter. I sell them a lot. People love these, like 1980s is when these kind of things were really kind of popular. And they're just these little briefcase backgammon sets with the little shakers and stuff and the little pieces and dice and all that. And this one was a little different than most because it was, let me see if I can, yeah, you can see it, the corduroy. Corduroy on the outside. So somebody paid $25 plus shipping. I picked this up at a Goodwill also. A lot of Goodwill and death pile stuff in this video because I haven't been doing garage sales. It's been kind of cold. But I picked this up for like $1.99 at Goodwill. So a really nice return. Okie doke. Listed this. Wow. I think it might have been a little while. I think it might have been a couple of months. This is a little vintage 70s Sony radio. So handheld radio. And actually, no, I think I might have listed this about a month ago. But yeah, I got $25 plus shipping. And I actually got this from my storage unit manager. Probably got a couple of bucks into this. So I've sold quite a few of these little Sony radios. They're always popular. And they work a lot of times too. This is a Vitnage. Not vintage, but Vitnage. Boy Scout patch Cougar Patrol. $10 plus shipping is what I got for it. Okay. This is a Game Boy Advance. I want to say I paid like $1 for this. It's been a while. Can't remember. Found it actually in my death pile stuff. And the reason I listed it just now is that I also found in my death pile a power adapter. And I didn't have one until I found it in my death pile. So I'm like, hey, wait, I have a Game Boy I could test it with. So plugged it in and it worked. And it sold within a couple of days. $34 plus shipping. This is an AGS-001. I always say this when I show these. If you have an AGS-101, which will be annotated back here. Where's it showing it? AGS USA. Where's it saying AGS? Oh, you can see it. It's kind of blurry, but you can see it like right here in this area. AGS-001. You can also tell because the AGS-101s have a visibly brighter backlight on the screen, so the screen's a lot brighter. They go for a little more money, more around like the $50 level. So just to make sure you maximize what you can be getting there. This is actually a shirt I picked up at the thrift store the other day. I flip through the t-shirts still sometimes, and I saw this like really bright tie-dye looking World Series t-shirt. Thought it was cool looking. Houston Astros. I actually sold it within a day, which is really good. I paid $1.99 at Goodwill, which is the standard t-shirt price, and I got $12.99 plus shipping for it. Really neat looking shirt though. And with t-shirts, I don't do a whole lot of measuring typically on a cheap t-shirt. I put tag size XL, armpit to armpit measurement is 23.5. It literally takes me, 15 seconds to get that measurement. So I like to throw that in there. Okay, I did a video. The last video I did was some military clothing. I bought a whole lot of it for $25. Here's the first piece that's sold. This is I thought it was Gore-Tex at first. I had two of these kind of suits like this. One of them's Gore-Tex, one of them is not. The Gore-Tex is more valuable, but this is still pretty good. I got $26.99 plus shipping for this piece. This is an Army issued improved rain suit, and I know that because it says it somewhere. Oh, right here. Parka improved rain suit. There you go. And I just put the medium because it said so in here. It said it was medium, and sold it really quick for $26.99. No measurements. So was happy with that, and I have a pretty good bit more of that stuff up for sale. So here's some more Monopoly. This is in my death pile. This is America's World War II version of Monopoly. I did go through and count all the pieces and everything. Box was a little rough, but everything was complete. And as I inventoried everything, I put it in some little just snack bags. You can see all the hotels and all that. No matter what version of Monopoly you're dealing with, you're still going to have the same number of properties, hotels and houses, and then of course the pieces and the dice. And I typically don't count, actually I never count the cash. That would be ridiculous. But I did try and make it nice and neat and presentable. So yeah, I got $30 plus shipping for this version of Monopoly. And I think I had, maybe $2 into it. It was one of those things I just sat in my storage unit and forgot about. And finally I've been going shopping in my own storage unit since I haven't been sourcing, and that's one of the things I pulled out. Here's another thing that's just like that. Finally pulled these walkie-talkies out of the storage and tested them real quick in the car. Both work fine, and they both have these little car power adapters. And I think I paid like $2-3 for these at a thrift store, and I got $24.99 plus shipping. I've sold quite a few of these little walkie-talkies that you plug into your cigarette lighter in your car. People like to put those in. More when we didn't have cell phones, but people still buy them for something. Not sure what. So, guys, that was 50 items I picked out. Hopefully y'all saw something in this video that you can learn and take from, and hopefully you can find some of this stuff so you can make a few dollars with it yourself. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see y'all again next time. Bye-bye.